Well, top of the morning to you. So today is Saturday, May 13th, day 57 on the Appalachian Trail. And we're going from the campsite at the communication tower to Harper's Ferry. We're staying at a hostel there. And we're spending 2 nights. Taking a break to celebrate the halfway point. It's the unofficial halfway point, but there's a Appalachian Trail Conservancy there. And we will get our numbers and see how we're doing in terms of all the other hikers. And so that's about a 16 or 17 miles. Got 1 more mile of roller coaster to do. Then we hit West Virginia and go from there. Anything comes up, I'll let you know. Well, we've made it to the end of the roller coaster. I guess the southbounders don't get as good a sign because there's a lot fewer of them. But anyway, made it through. Yeehaw! So yesterday, towards the end of the day, when I'm exhausted going through that roller coaster, I have a foam pad in my tent strapped to the bottom of my backpack. And the foam pad fell out. So I stopped and realized the tent was gone. So the tent had fallen out and I hadn't noticed. And then the foam pad fell out. So I started racing back up the trail to find my tent. And this section of the trail is actually very popular with day hikers. So I was like, oh my God. I had no idea how far back it was. So I started racing back up the trail. And a few minutes up the trail, I see Kilroy coming. And he goes, Irish, did you lose your tent? And he had it. But I mean, it was only probably a quarter of a mile back. I would have gotten it if he hadn't picked it up. But anyway, it was a close call. So a few days ago, when we were at the Mountain Home bed and breakfast. So I showed up and the owner, Scott, was mowing the lawn. He told me go up the driveway, go past the front door to the back patio, and his wife would meet me there. And he texted her to let her know I was coming up. Anyway, so I did that. I meet her at the patio, and she gives me a nice cup of lemonade, and we sit there for a few minutes chatting while I drink the lemonade. Then I take my hiking shoes off and put my flip-flops on. She shows me around the house. You know, gives me the rundown. Everything's great. So I go and I'm taking a shower, and Kilroy shows up probably 45 minutes later. Now, Kilroy was able to get a ride from the road crossing to the B&B. So when he came by, Scott told the trail angel where to drive, but didn't say anything about going around to the back patio. So Kilroy shows up, rings the bell at the front door, and about the same time another pair of guests who were there not hiking are behind him. So Lisa opens up the door and sees Kilroy and the doctor couple behind him, and invites the doctor couple in, and then reluctantly lets Kilroy in, because I mean, he still has his hiking shoes on, he's wearing his pack. People don't like that in their house. But anyway, she lets him come through the hallway, sits him on the patio and says, yeah, Mike will show you around. But she never tells me he's there. I'm in the shower. So he's sitting out in the patio. Well, she's, you know, I guess giving lemonade to the doctor couple in the den. I think she was trying to separate the two, the hiker trash and the I don't know, the other couple. But anyway, finally Scott finishes the lawn, comes in, sees Kilroy, and Kilroy at this time is getting some water from like a little water setup that they had for people, but there was no ice or anything. So he's like, hey, do you have any ice for this water? Scott goes, well, didn't my wife give you lemonade? He goes, no, I haven't gotten anything. So I guess Scott went and got him some lemonade. But just interesting. So I actually like the place. Kilroy, he didn't like it at all. It's amazing how like two people can have two completely different experiences. Anyway. Oh, and the Mountain Home B&B is a old historic mansion that survived the Civil War. And the owners, Scott and Lisa, have completely redone the thing, and it's actually it's beautiful inside. So, just to give you a little perspective. Well, this is probably our view of the day. It's been kind of sprinkling on and on, so you can see that it's kind of hazy out there. So normally during the day, I don't listen to any music or podcasts. I did get a Spotify account, paid, well, it's a free 3-month subscription, and then you got to pay. I got that so I could download music and download podcasts, but for the most part, I prefer to listen to the sounds of nature during the day. And then if it's going to be a long day of hiking, then I will actually listen to music, like for the last few hours of the hike, when I'm kind of like just trying to get to the end point. But for the most part, I just listen to the birds chirping, the wind blowing, the water babbling down the stream. Another thing, is the smells. There's some beautiful smells in this forest here. A lot of times you get like incredible like smells of flowers and things. Too bad you can't capture that on video. Shh. Listen. Hear that woodpecker? A little boardwalk action. Kind of neat. It's not the only boardwalk, they have quite a few of them. But actually I thought it looked kind of cool here. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Prairie Mama, take me home, country road. Entering West Virginia. Finally out of Virginia after what, about 500 miles?